Hey, what's up you beautiful feckers, how you all doing? Now, every one of us will have a weapon in Warframe that we believe is the worst weapon around. For whatever reason, maybe its damage model resembles that of a toddler shooting a spitball at you, or the recoil of a rabid badger, or maybe it has a painfully slow reload time or a painfully slow fire rate, or maybe you just simply hate the look of it and fashion frame is all you really care about. For me, that weapon was the Kraken. The Grineer sidearm. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's absolute crap. And when you combine it with, say, a Gorgon or a machete, I mean, imagine a Grineer unit running up on you with a Gorgon, with a Kraken and with a machete as its loadout. He may as well have a Nerf gun, a stapler and a loofah, because he ain't killing nothing. And as much as I hated the Kraken, there was another weapon, the Cycron. However, when it first got released and I first reviewed it, had a similar impact on me. I absolutely hated it. It's a beam weapon with a short range, a small magazine, and of course a really long reload on an empty reload. It felt just horrible. And I didn't even think to try and synergize this with any other weapon or any other Warframe. I just simply flat out hated it. So the Cycron fires 5 rounds a second out of a 20 round magazine. So that's 4 seconds and you're running completely on empty, and then it would take a full 5 seconds to reload. So you spend more time reloading the weapon than you would actually shooting it. But that 5-second reload was on an empty reload when your magazine was completely empty. If you still had rounds in the magazine, then it was a 2.5-second reload, which I guess isn't as bad. In short though, if I'm being honest, the Cycron had way too many downsides for it to be useful or even enjoyable for me. It had taken the mantle as worst gun in Warframe. The Kraken was put to one side. That was until dual wielding sidearm and thrown melee weapon became an option. Then I put on a quick draw mod to shorten that reload time and decided to run with a condition overload glaive prime as my backup weapon to throw in between reloads, because the Cycron will reload itself once it's not being fired, or I guess once it's on your hip. And it also has a very high chance of applying status effects, which makes the glaive prime with condition overload absolutely melt enemies. So it's a good option. Now, it's not exactly as effective as, say, the SamT and condition overload glaive like what you're watching right now in this footage, but the Cycron still does an incredible job at putting on those status effects on enemies for the glaive prime to kill them. So if you don't have the SamT but you have the Cycron, then you could use it as a different option. And if you choose to run with a frame like, say, my favourite Warframe, Chroma, then your damage is going to be multiplied tenfold already from his Fury buff, so both weapons are going to do an incredible job at killing absolutely everything. Now, this is the build that I ran with my Cycron for this footage, and it got the job done. It made it really effective, so by all means feel free to use it or tweak it about yourself. And it's the combinations like this in Warframe that I really love to see more of. Two weapons that bounce off one another and turn them into much more efficient or effective killing machines, or weapons that maybe combine really well with a certain Warframe or a certain Warframe's abilities that basically change that weapon and make it a lot more effective. The SamT and its high status chance, like I said, has the same effect on thrown melee weapons with condition overload, or even quick melee weapons as well. But what other weapons work really well in combination with a certain Warframe or with a certain other weapon? Let me know in the comment section below if you have a certain setup that you really like to run with. Do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.